Oprah Winfrey is North America's first black billionaire and is considered by many to be the most influential woman in the world. She went from being born into poverty in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother to now being worth $2.6 billion. And today we're going to learn her best advice on how you should trust your vision. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, Oprah Winfrey.
When I started the magazine, they said, you will not see a profit for at least the next 5 years. And we were profitable the first month, the second month, and have been since. And so I thought, oh, okay, those predictions, that is not really true. I had no idea how difficult it would be. However, I am really, there's an old spiritual that says, wouldn't take nothing from a journey now. I really was speaking to Stephen this morning. He was saying, it's a good thing that you went through that because you were living on the mountaintop for the past 25 years. You created this machine of the Oprah Show that it just felt like walking into, okay, here we go. So no struggle, it had become easy for me to do. So to be in a position to build from scratch this network and to go through everybody thinking it was going to fail. And there were days when I had doubts myself, like, I had to force myself to actually practice what I have preached for years about going inside, staying with the vision, having every step move you in the direction of the vision and trusting that, building the right team.
Everything that you have been preaching to other people, you need more in your life today. If you have been telling other people in your life to believe in themselves more, to bet on themselves more, to say yes more, then that is the exact message that you need to hear right now for yourself to get to the next step in your journey. So I call it your who. Your who is your single most important core value. Mine is believe. When you figure out what that is for yourself, it gives you a compass, a roadmap, a guide for the rest of your life. Because every next great jump in your life, in your business, the thing that's holding you back is on the other side of a next step up in your core value. And this is where it gets really hard for high achievers. This is where it gets really hard for high achievers because chances are you are the most ambitious person in your circle. You're the most ambitious person that you know. You're the one that other people turn to for help, for advice, for guidance, and you love doing it. You love helping because you're built to serve. In fact, you're so frustrated that you can't help more, that you don't know how to shift your family and friends and the people you grew up with so that they can see and taste a great life that you know is possible for them. That's how most people, at least in this community, probably are. That's how most of you right now, that's probably what you are right now. But who pushes you? Who tells you from a loving place that you're capable of more? Not who tells you that you can't do it, that you suck, that you're never going to make it. Who tells you from a loving place that you're playing small? That you're capable of way more than what you're doing right now. This is where often we need to do that for ourselves. And figuring out your who, your one word, most important core value, is the lens through which you can make that push. So mine is believe. I've been telling people to believe in themselves. I want you to believe in yourself. I want the people that I connect with in every piece of content that I make, every event that I go to, every piece of clothing that I make, all of it. I want people to believe in themselves more. I think it's the world's biggest problem. And I need to believe in myself more too. Me, Evan Carmichael, the next level of my success will be me believing in that next level of my success. It's a never-ending game. You never get to the finish line, and that's great. You don't want to get to the finish line. You want to be constantly learning, growing, getting better, improving, leveling up your skills. That's what you want. So the way to push yourself is to understand your who. The way to push yourself is to understand your most important core value. And one way to do it is to look at what you've been telling other people to do. Think about where you get most upset and frustrated at other people. You're frustrated that they don't see X in themselves. You need that for yourself. My biggest frustration is when people don't believe in themselves, because that's my most important core value. And it's a reflection of me still not believing in myself to get to the next step. You have to figure out your who, because that gives you the tool set to push yourself to get to that next level for the rest of your life. Now I've got 5 important questions. If you ask these questions honestly, genuinely, you'll figure out your who. But before that, if you want to have more confidence and learn from billionaires, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
They think that success is supposed to happen like that. I have paid attention to my life because I understand that my life, just like your life, is always speaking to you. Your real work is to figure out where your power base is.
All right, so how do you figure out your who? 5 steps, 5 questions, answer them honestly. This might be one of the most important exercises you ever do in your life. I'm gonna turn to my book, Built to Serve, because I answer the 5 questions here. Or I lay them out, sorry, here. We're gonna turn to page 18. Okay, question number 1. Who was your favorite teacher growing up and why? And what I want you to do with these questions is fill out a piece of paper, put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, write down the name. So who was your favorite teacher growing up and why? Who was your favorite teacher? Right? Write down that person's name and then write 3 descriptive keywords as to why. So if you love Mrs. Jones, who taught you grade 8 homeroom, it wasn't because she taught you grade 8 homeroom. It wasn't because he taught you grade 9 math. It's because how that person made you feel. There's something about that teacher, of all the hundreds of teachers that you had, that makes you feel special, important, worthy. What was it about them? Write 3 adjectives to describe that person. This is important. Like, pause the video, go get your paper, do it. 1, who was your favorite teacher growing up and why? Okay. 2, what is your favorite movie of all time and why? Again, write down the movie and then 3 keywords as to why you like that movie. 3, what do you love most about how your parents raised you? Maybe you love your parents, maybe you hate your parents, but find 3 things that you actually loved about how they raised you. Even if they made tons of mistakes, what did you love about how they raised you? Number 4, which successful person do you look up to as a role model and why? Again, you might have lots, pick the one that comes to mind immediately. 3 adjectives to describe why you love that person. And number 5, for your kids, current or future, what lessons do you want to make sure they understand? So if you have kids, this is an easy exercise. If you don't have kids yet, fast forward. You've got 3 of them now. Congratulations. Hey, happy life. What are the 3 most important lessons that you want them to take away? That if you never talk to them again, you're going to write it down on a piece of paper, the 3 things that they need to learn. Put that down. So what we've done now is answered those 5 questions. You've come up with 3 adjectives for each one. Now you start to see what's the most common thread. This is where it gets really valuable, really important, because what does your favorite teacher have to do with the lesson you want to teach your kids, have to do with your favorite movie of all time? There's a common thread. There's a common thread between all the things that make you feel alive, bold, courageous, confident, the best of you. There's a common thread. That's your one word. That's your who. That's your single most important core value. And when you figure that out, that gives you the compass for the rest of your life. Now, instead of randomly hoping that something happens, that the right person comes into your life, that the right video comes into your life, that the right book comes into your life, instead of hoping that that happens, you can design your life with a lot more intention. I've designed my life to help me believe more in myself, from my relationships, to my team, to the products and services I create, to the videos that I consume and create. All of it is around believe. My physical office, my environment, the clothing that I wear helps me believe more in myself, which reinforces my most important core value to myself. I want you to figure it out for yourself. Answer those 5 questions. Honestly, pause the video, do the exercise. You'll have 15 keywords, see what comes up the most. That's your one word, your who, your most important core value. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is your who? What is your single most important core value? Pop it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far and you're still watching, I wanna celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe in the comments as well. Believe Nation, we don't just watch videos, we take action. So put hashtag believe down below. I wanna celebrate you.
My road is a road of hardship, you know. It's a lot of bullshit that I went through to get to where I am today.
A lot of violence you saw. I didn't know you saw that kind of violence growing up.
Yeah. My dad was a cookie, man. He was a character.
He really was.
Yeah, he did a lot. So
you saw your father was bleeding from being hacked up with an axe?
My dad got hit in the head with an axe. When I went over his house to go see him, which my mom hated to do because her fear was we don't know what happens over there. And one of the times where she was like, fine, go, my dad got in a fight and the guy hit my dad in the head with an axe. He came back with a towel. Towel was fully blood, like just no white left in the towel.
That had a logical explanation, though. That was refrigerator repairman beef, right?
It was originally, yeah, it was,
That's what happens in that
the
game.
other refrigerator repair guy was jealous because I was better, and he hit me with the axe.
Do you think that's the real reason now?
No, of course not. No, absolutely not. But back then, when you're a kid, it makes sense. Oh, God, Dad, well, you got to stop being so good at refrigerator repair.
He just wanted to take the opportunity to give himself a pat on the back.
It was that. It literally, like, I mean, between seeing my dad get jumped, me and my brother saw my dad get jumped, and before it happened, he was like, y'all go home. I'm about to whoop these guys' ass. And like he clearly knew that it was going to go the other way.
Do you think he whipped their asses?
No, he came back, and the results were obvious of what happened.
He got a beating.
He didn't even acknowledge it. He's like, y'all hungry? And he's like, what? Look at you, man. You all right?
Does that scare you when you see your father get, because your father is like such a strong figure in your life, and does it scare you when you see a strong figure like that be beaten up?
It's a different level of reality as a child. Like, your dad is a hero. You know, there's nothing that your dad can't do. If your dad say he can do it, as a kid, you believe it. If I say, hey, y'all want to see me jump on this roof? Yeah. All right, watch, everybody back up. Whether I do it or not, my kids are the only people out there that's like, Dad's going to do it.
Yeah.
They have nothing but belief that you can do what you say you can do. So when you start to see the guy that you saw that was invincible in your mind, when you start to see those layers get peeled away, it does have an effect. You know, it is like, damn, like, Dad is not who we thought Dad was.
Not a superhero.
Oh my God,
he lies
you know?
and steals.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit in your dad.
You just thought your dad was this amazing refrigerator repairman who beat everybody up, and you're like, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he does
Apparently,
drugs.
Dad does drugs and steals refrigerators. It's the complete opposite. I never resented my dad. That's a tough word. Never. I don't have any level of hate. You know, of course, there was disappointment. There was high levels of damn, I thought Dad was coming to pick us up today. Or, damn, man, I ain't seen Dad in I don't know how long. He's not picking up the phone. He's not answering the calls. You know, there's a level of what's going on with Dad. It was never a thing where it was like, man, my dad ain't. I don't have that in me. I never have. And my mom never talked like that to help ignite a flame that would put that in me. So when he went through his problems, he went through them on his own until my brother felt that I was old enough to handle the information, and he told me, Dad's on drugs. It is what it is. You know, we can't help him until he wants to help himself. And my dad had resentment and a grudge because my dad stole from my brother. You know, when my brother was building his barber shop and he brought all the equipment, he wanted my dad to do the electrical work.
Just to kind of help your dad get back on his feet.
Help him get on his feet, put some money in his pocket. And then my dad was doing the job for a minute, and then we come back one day, everything was gone. My dad stole everything. And that's my brother it went black for my brother after that. So it took me talking to my brother to get my brother to forgive so we can finally get my dad help.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.